Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will show you how to answer this one. For this one, we need to find about complementary solutions and particular solution. So in this one, I will put yc equals to e to the power of lambda s. Later that, we need to find first the derivative of yc, and that is about lambda e to the power of lambda s. So we need to do first the derivative of this one, and you got e to the power of lambda s. Later that, we need to do first the derivative of lambda s. You got lambda. Now we go to third the derivative of yc, and we have lambda to the power of 3 e to the power of lambda s. Because this is about complementary solutions, so I will put this one equals to number 0. So I will put this one go in here, and this one go in here. So we have like this. So e to the power of lambda s, we can do about factorization. So we need to find the solutions of this one. So for this one, we have lambda equals to number 0, lambda equals to I, and lambda equals to negative I. That is about the complex number in here. So we have C number 1, e to the power of lambda s. So we have change lambda into number 0. So we put number 0 on here, and we have number 1. So the next one, we have C number 2, e to the power of is, and C number 3, that is about e to the power of negative is. In this one, we can simplify like this. Now, about particular solutions, we need to find about variation of parameters. So, in this one, I need to put about y number 1 s, that is about number 1 in here. Y number 2 s, that is about psi s. And y number 3, that is about cosine s. So the next one, that is about 3s. That is from here. Now, on the next one, we need to find about Wronskian. So in this situation, I need to find W number 1, number 2, and number 3. About the first one, we have y number 1, y number 2, y number 3. So we need to find first the derivative of y number 1, number 2, and number 3. Then we go to second, the derivative of y number 1, number 2, and number 3. Because we have 3 y's, we need to create the matrix number 3 with number 3. Similar for number 1, number 2, and number 3. But we need to change this one in here. So later that I will show you. Y number 1, we have number 1. First, the derivative of number 1, we have 0. The next one, you got 0. This one, y number 2, we have sin x. Then, we need to do first the derivative of sin x. We have negative, we have positive cosine x. Later that, we need to do first the derivative of cosine x. We have negative sin x. The next one, we have cosine x. So we have negative sin x. And we have negative cosine x. Now, we need to find the determinant of this one. So we have the formula in here. To do this one, we need to know that the sign is positive, negative, positive. So we have 8 multiplied by the matrix. We need to concentrate this one. So I will put this one go in here. So the sign in here is negative. We put negative go in here. So this one we had this one in here. So we just D G F I. And the next one that is about C. So we have the positive form here. So the matrix that should be this one. And this is the technique how to find determinant of the matrix number 3 with number 3. Now, I will calculate this one. So, for the first one, number 1, multiply with this matrix in here. Then, on the next one, we have the negative of sin x. Then we have the matrix of this one. So we have negative sin x and negative cosine x. Plus we have cosine x. And we have the matrix of this one. So if you want to try to calculate, we have cosine x multiplied by negative cosine x minus negative sin x with negative sin x. So in this one, that is about negative cosine x squared. Negative and negative, we have positive, but we have the negative on this way. So we have negative sin x squared. This one, if we go this way, you got number 0. This one, you got number 0. Similar, this one, you got number 0. So we have 0 and number 0 in here. So we put the negative in factorization. And we have negative number 1. So the matrix in here, that is about negative number 1. Now we go to W number 1. So we have W number 1. But in this one, we need to transform into 0, 0, number 1. And now we copy exact this one, go in here. Now for the first one, 0 multiply this one, you got number 0 minus sin x multiplied by the matrix form 0, 1, negative sin x, negative cosine x, and then we have positive cosine x multiplied by the matrix of this one. So this one we calculate. This one you got number 0, negative, negative, we have positive. So we have negative sin s square. Now let's go to this one. This one you got number 0 minus cosine. So we have negative cosine s square. And this one we have negative number 1. So this one we got negative number 1. Now we go to W number 2. So in this one, we put 0, 0, number 1 in the middle of this one. So this one we have 1, 0, 0. The next one 0, 0, number 1. The next one cosine x minus sin x minus cosine x. So for the first one, number 1, multiply this matrix. So this one we have sin x. Because we have number 0 in here, so the middle matrix you got number 0. This one cosine x, you can see that this one you got number 0, so we have sin x. And the last one, that is about W number 3. So we put 0, 0, number 1 in here. So we have like this. So we have this one. So in this situation, we have cosine x multiplied by number 1. This one you got number 0. This one you got number 0. Now in this one we just calculate in here. And now we can find YB. That is about particular solution. So we have y number 1. And we have the integration 3x W number 1 over W 3 dx, and we have y number 2. That is about the integration 3x W number 2 over W, and y number 3, that is about the integration 3s w number 3 over w, and we put the s. Now y number 1, that is about number 1, 3s, that is this one. W number 1, we have negative number 1 over negative number 1. Y number 2, that is about sine s. So this one, 3s, that is about 2s squared plus 4 sine s. W number 2, that is about sine s over negative number 1. And the last one, that is about cosine s, and we have the integration 2s squared plus 4 sine s, and we have cosine s divided by negative number 1. So for the first one, negative number 1, we cancel. So the integration of s squared, that is about s to the power of 3 over 3. This one, we have negative 4 cosine s. The next one, negative, we put negative go outside, so we have negative sine s. So this one, we have 2s squared sine s plus number 4 sine s squared ds. The next one, negative cosine s, and we have the integration 2s squared cosine s. This one, we have number 4 sine s cosine s. So because I want to save more time in here, so for this one and this one, you can use about integration by parts. This one, we need to transform into cosine 2s, and we put number 1 minus cosine 2s over number 2. This one, we use about sine 2s. So for this one, I will write the final answer in here. So after we calculate and we got like this, now we got yc and yp, and we have the final answer. Yc, that is about this one. Yp, that is about this one. This is the end. Thank you for watching.